It's the National Football League on EA Sports, where we'll see this team's sure-handed wide receiver. He's going to be a busy man in the passing game. Who knows what we're in store for here, and it's coming up next on Madden NFL 25.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Along with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you take a look at our home side as we enter play here. They come in losers of 2 straight, so they're trying to right the ship here a little bit.
They're teetering a little bit, aren't they? And now things could really go south if they lose this game, so they understand the importance of playing well and stopping this streak.
On the other side of the field for our visitors here, they're hot as can be, winners of 8 of their last 9 games.
I don't know if you call this...
The NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And they'll be led out by their 8th-year quarterback.
That was a solid performance last week, wasn't it? 2 touchdowns, no interceptions, ran the team well, won the ball game. Bottom line, may not have been earth-shattering, but it didn't need to be.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. Give him 3 there on the first play of the game, and it's 2nd down. He'll drop to throw. And he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage as he's going to be taken down. An early tough test on the opening drive. This is 3rd and 8. Back to throw.
Oh, he had a man running free, but he overshot him, and it's incomplete.
And there, even if you've got to take something off that throw so that he slows down to catch it, that's far more preferable than what happened there. A big miss on what should have been a touchdown.
It's a 39-yard punt, 3 on the return.
And they will take over 1st and 10.
So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And a glance here at the vet. He's got a lot of years under his belt in the National Football League.
And last week's loss came despite a clean game on his end, throwing the ball with 2 touchdowns and 0 interceptions. His job this week is simple. Do it again. Continue to avoid turnovers and hope that what sunk them last week resolves itself this time around.
And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5.
Now a first carry here for the running back. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1.
Here now, 3rd and a yard.
They're going to look to throw.
Pass taken in by his big tight end.
And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive. On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. The numbers for him from a week ago, 10 carries, 52 yards.
I can't remember the last time we did a game and a coach didn't talk about establishing the run first, but they've lost 2 straight games, so they still want to do that, but they've got to have some contingencies, some other options. Expect them maybe to throw it a little bit to open up things and maybe run it a little bit more later in the game.
It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down.
And they'll run on the inside handoff.
And a pretty good run there as he gets 7 down to the 33.
Well, this defense very strong in that victory from a week ago.
Yeah, they held him to just 7 points, and if you rewatch the game tape, and I did multiple times, it was amazing to me that the other guys even got 7. They were absolutely dominating on that side of the football.
50 catches for him now on the year, and he's got a 1st down. They'll drop to throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. 18 yards that time to push him up, first and goal.
Well, no question, this is exactly how they wanted to start this football game. And nice pass there. Now they're set up beautifully, Charles, to finish this off with a touchdown.
Yeah, but they've still got to finish it off, partner, and that means they've got to execute at this stage of the field. So we've seen many teams march it right to the goal line and not cash in. They've got something dialed up here that puts it in the end zone.
That'll bring up second and goal after the gain of 5.
Brings up second and goal at the 4-yard line.
Back to throw again. And it's caught. Touchdown. A great effort there with touchdown number 7 on the year. And his guys have taken a first-quarter lead. Now, this is a crew. They've come out flat their last 2 games, both losses, but just judging by the energy level, they look different here early, and that touchdown shows how.
Yeah, it seems to me that touchdown gets them off the treadmill. Because, you know, you've been on the treadmill. I've seen you work out. You go forever and ever, and it tells you you've gone somewhere, but you really have. You're in the same spot. They've exchanged it for an escalator. Still got some hills to climb, but they can get there.
These are good analogies. I run outside sometimes, though. You know, get some fresh air, a little sun on your face.
A little wind in there.
Yeah, that's right. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
And they will wrangle it down a couple yards shy of the 30. The visitors' offense and their quarterback coming out for their second drive. And he's been a real threat in the red zone and beyond. As you take a look at the NFL leaders in rushing touchdowns by a QB, you'll notice he's worked his way into the top 5 at this point in the season.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And it's only November, but the playoffs, we know how it works. They'll be here before you know it. If it ended today, they would be the number 1 seed.
And that's a great spot to be in, but I love the phrase, if it ended today. And I'll guarantee you, that's what they've discussed in their locker room, in their meeting rooms. Yeah, we know where we'd be if it ended today, but we also know it's not ending today.
Right.
So they've got to continue to play the type of ball that put them in the spot where they're number 1 in their conference.
They'll look to throw here on first down. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down. Back to throw here. Dancing to his left. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at third down. And the slot man goes in motion left. Out of the gun now on third down. Under pressure, and down he goes. And the defense coming through on third down. A loss of 7 to bring up 4th.
And that sack, Charles, just looked like a case where a speedy defensive end is a little bit quicker than the offensive tackle.
Yeah, it makes it difficult for a tackle to determine what exactly to do. Do you do the kick slide and try and get back in the pocket and meet him there? Do you meet him on the line of scrimmage where they call a quick set? In any event, right now, he's having his troubles.
36 yards on the punt with no return.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
They'll start on the ground here on first down. Up past the 25 to the 26, a gain of 5.
Oh, that was a thing of beauty right there. Look at how quick those blockers fired off the line once the ball was snapped. That was an O-line on a mission, all in sync, and the defense is lucky that play only picked up 5 yards.
Now an option play on second down.
And he'll be taken down here as it will take us to the end of the first quarter. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Second quarter now, and it's our home team with possession. Here comes third and about a foot as they've got it as we resume action. He's going to look deep down the field. That's caught inside the 20. Touchdown! A big play there. 69 yards. And his guys find a way to stretch that lead.
Well, this has been a flawless start for them. They score, they get the stop, and they score again, Charles.
Complimentary football at its finest. You just mentioned how they got it done. They scored. The defense got the ball back for them. They score again. That's the way you win ball games.
Extra point splits the uprights, and it's now 14-0. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. Still in the first half, but this offense has struggled. Haven't really been able to get anything going, not only in the points category, but in the yards category. Let's see if they can do better here on this drive.
Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Grant. And that's good for a gain of 6, and it'll be second down.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4 at the 32-yard line.
Now they show jet sweep, but instead a run up the middle here.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. And now it looks like we're going to get a timeout here. We've got a man shaken up.
While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete.
Speed is the name of the game when it comes to RPOs, and sometimes you can be a little too quick, thus inaccurate, incomplete.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. And he comes back with one complete. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds.
Here comes 3rd and the length of the football.
They'll try and pick it up by running the option to the right.
Now they nearly sprung him that time as he takes this all the way down to the 37.
A really nice effort that time. 12 yards on the keeper, picking up the first. 2 minutes gone by, second quarter. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Throwing left side here, and it's complete. 11 more on that one, and another first down. Looking to throw. And he's got his man on the out route. And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Grant. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
2nd and 2, first down marker at the 5-yard line. Hands it off out of the gun.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a touchdown. A great play there.
His 8th rushing touchdown on the year.
And his guys are able to make this a close game again. A strong, determined run there, Charles, to get in for 6 points.
This is why it's such a team game, isn't it? And I know it sounds really generic and it sounds almost trite, but the blocks were made up front, offensive line, collective victory at the line of scrimmage and downfield. And how about the finish to the run all the way into the end zone?
Extra point right down the middle, and that'll make our score 14-7.
And able to get this out to the 25. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. So for this offense, Charles, remember drive 1 made it to the end zone. Drive 2 resulted in a touchdown as well. Now they'll try to make it 3 for 3.
Yeah, and you know, they told us all week that this was the plan and this is what they wanted to execute, but did they really believe it would happen this well, this efficiently? I know they'll take it, and afterwards they'll say, there was never a doubt in our minds we were going to be successful in this one.
He'll try again with the arm here on second down. Firing quickly, but it's incomplete.
Well, they approached this drive with a lot of confidence after their last one ended up as a touchdown. But incompletions on their first two throws has them huddling up and trying to figure out a big play here on third down to get their momentum going again.
Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
That could be the stop this defense needed to get them back on track. They've been pretty well dissected by the offense here in the first half. After that possession, now they know that they can compete with this offense.
Fair catch called for and made at about the 32-yard line. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return. And out will come the offense as they take over. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's second down.
They completed the screen on the perimeter, but boy, that was textbook defense. Exactly as you're taught to play against a wide receiver screen, and they snuffed it out for a loss of yardage.
Here we go on 2nd and 12. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end.
It certainly feels like there are more stars at the tight end position than there were even 10 years ago. And I think it's become more of a glamour position because of the ways it can hurt a defense, and guys want to be involved. They can be in line, close to the line of scrimmage. They can split out like receivers. But hands, route running, speed, and some toughness to go across the middle, you put it all together, you got a heck of a tight end candidate.
From the gun, they'll try to run it. And a lane slow and materializing there as he'll get maybe a yard up to the 45. Now 2nd and 9.
They'll bring a receiver in motion left.
They'll fake it on the jet sweep, and instead a handoff up the middle.
And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield after a gain of about 4. The offense on third down, they've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. They'll look to throw. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. A strong 8 yards will keep this drive rolling.
Certainly not a positive sign if you're the D coordinator and you see your guys give up that space so early in the game. Third down, that's when the clamps are supposed to come out, but his ability to create things with his legs makes things difficult.
And that one's going to be off target and incomplete.
Nice progress down the field was halted by that incompletion. They could try for some safe yards here to get things moving again, or keep throwing it and pushing it downfield to try and pick up bigger yardage.
And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down.
Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. Right to the right sideline, and it falls incomplete.
They converted twice on third down that drive already, but couldn't make it a third. We always talk about in-game adjustments. How about what the defense did there, able to shut them down on that attempt?
He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And that one hits a little too close to the goal line, and it continues into the end zone for a touchback.
Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. As we eke closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the first half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues.
Gonna throw right side here, complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. They'll set up a throw. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds.
Just need a yard here, 2nd and 1.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. 7 yards there and a first down.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size, can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
Here's 2nd and 10.
They'll look to throw again. And he whips that one incomplete there.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they didn't completions on 1st and 2nd down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. But if you don't pick up the first down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half. Again, he'll drop to throw. Throwing middle, and it's complete. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime.
2 yards to go, 2nd down.
He'll look to throw. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. This just a 35-yard attempt from the left hash. And the 12-year veteran knocks it right through.
So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
Oh, a good-looking return set up here. So we reach halftime here in a 10-point game. As we send you to our EA studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay. We were certainly treated to an entertaining first half. Both these teams with some high points and maybe a couple of low points as well. So it's going to be a question of who can be the most disciplined team going forward.
And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The home team's offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And as we show you some of the highlights from earlier, he has been instrumental in getting his guys the lead as he looks to finish strong and close this one out. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more because I thought in the first half it didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it, but I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities, and I will guarantee you that those guys were lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
A bit of a jump there, CD. He breaks the line, and that'll be 5 yards.
And you've got to stay more disciplined than that, Brandon. That's just a free gift to the offense.
So the penalty certainly helps them out as they come up on 2nd and 5.
From the gun, he'll hand this off.
And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49.
41 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
No gain there as he kept it himself at 2nd down.
No gain on the play. 2nd and 10 at their 49-yard line.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up third down.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Forced out to his left, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
Finally hauled down for the first time this game. Multiple defenders in there to drop him.
They need to stop to get back into this game, and here's one right to start the third quarter.
Yeah, anytime you go to the lockers with that 2-3 score deficit, you're right. You need that stop, get the football back, and they've done just that.
Series to series, play to play.
And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half.
And their defense did its job by forcing the punt to start things out. And now, Charles, can the offense get in gear?
I think, partner, you can sense them saying, okay, the first half was theirs, but now let's get the momentum back on our side. We forced a punt. Now let's go downfield and score. If we do that, we'll be set up well for this second half.
That'll wind up a gain of 27 on the catch and run.
And this is what they're going to need more of. It's the third quarter. You're trailing. You've got to come out with a renewed sense of purpose, and that's a nice way to kick off the drive with good yardage and a first down.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And that's going to be incomplete.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another first down.
Now back to throw. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
It's vitally important to wrap him up immediately, because if you let that big guy get a head of steam up, boy, then you've got real trouble trying to get him down.
But they're able to hold him to a short gain on first down. Over the middle, and it's incomplete. Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better, got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They got to find a way to bring those two elements together so they can make some progress in this one.
Back-to-back incompletions of what was once a nice drive, stalled out here. I'm going to give credit to the secondary, partner. Never gave up as they gave up a few yards, and they came through on that play to deny that pass and force the fourth down.
And this one hits at the one, continues on into the end zone for a touchback.
And now this offense comes back out onto the field.
We have not seen much on offense here from either side these last few drives. We've hit a wall, so to speak.
And have hit it hard, haven't we? Because the defenses right now, they seem to be a step ahead, don't they? Beating them to the point of attack, beating them to the punch. These offensive guys are tinkering like crazy. What's it going to take to get back on track?
Yeah, both sides searching for adjustments.
It'll be a gain of 5, but still about 3 yards shy of the first down marker, and now it's third down. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
On third and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. Catch number 40 for him on the year. It's a first down.
And that's well executed there on third down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a first down.
A quick throw, but incomplete. Not his best throw there, but where we sit right now in the third quarter, he's had a pretty good game throwing the football.
He certainly has, and it's not exactly at the point where we're doing 4-minute offense yet, but they've got to think about, I'm not going to say milking the clock, but understanding clock management here on out.
And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45, and it'll be territory.
15 yards on the play, first down. Here's a handoff out of the gun. And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And he will find his man on the outside. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. 28 yards the gain there on the catch and run.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete. They'll give him 4 yards there, and that'll make it 2nd down.
It's now 2nd and 6 at the 13-yard line.
He'll look to throw. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he's into the end zone for the receiving touchdown. A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And his guy's now an extra point away from taking a 3-score lead.
That drive that really increased their cushion felt very military to me. Very precise, methodical, that's one of the words you've taught me, and they just got it done.
And slowly but surely now starting to pull away a little bit. Things looking good for them here in the third quarter.
Not only pulling away, but you mentioned that slowly but surely, you also drain clock too with a drive like that, so you really give yourself an advantage.
So that drive consumes 9 plays all told. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. And really, Charles, not much of a surprise that they're losing. They just haven't been able to get much of anything going in the pass game. And as you well know, in today's NFL, if the passing game isn't working, usually not much else is working either.
You're exactly right about that, partner. And I know that right now the easy answer would be, hey, let's run the football. But that might not be everything you need. So despite the fact that they've struggled throwing it, they've got to find some type of a play, multiple plays, that puts the ball in the air and allows for them to have some success.
A gain of 12. Result is a first down.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here on EA Sports as we're about ready to rock and roll for the 4th and final quarter. Back to throw now on first down. And here he's got Grant. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line, tackled there. Another nice gain, 16 yards there, and a first down again.
Well, I can put my defensive cap on right now, and I know they're saying don't give up any big plays now. They've controlled this game throughout, and all they want to do is see it through to the end. I think they let their guard down a little bit with that last completion. Sometimes when you're trying not to give up bigger plays, you don't react as fast as you should on other throws.
Throwing right, and that's complete. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. The end result, 21 yards. They'll set up to throw. And he gets into the end zone for the touchdown. From 19 yards away. And his guys are able to close that gap just a bit. So a little bit of a letdown there defensively. I mean, look, you're still 2 scores to the good, CD, but things may be a little more uncomfortable than they had hoped.
Yeah, if you'd kept them out of the end zone there, this game's over. You've locked the door on them. Instead, it's still open a little bit, and they've got a puncher's chance.
Now the extra point try forthcoming. It's up and good, so they claw back into it, 24-14 now. 5
big plays there on that drive. So the lead back down to 10 as things get a little more interesting, and the kick is away.
And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. The home team's offense and their quarterback headed out for this next possession. And he has been masterful so far in leading this offense. He's kept the mistakes to a minimum. He's been on point with his passes, and he's generally been one step ahead of this defense all game long.
And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Well, don't change that channel just yet. This one may have gotten a bit more interesting.
Put down the remote, put down the clicker. This one looked like it was over. It looked like they were ready to seal the deal. But in doing so, by pitching it around a little bit, it cost them. We could have a great finish.
Now the try here for the extra point. It's up and good, and this now becomes a 24-21 ball game. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
And they will wrangle it down a couple yards shy of the 30. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. And now this fourth quarter becoming very interesting. That pick six makes this a one-score game. Still plenty of time on the clock. We'll see how aggressive they choose to be.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup.
Good push from the offensive line, and they've done well so far to build this lead. Now they've got to get things to the finish line, and that's a solid pickup there to begin the drive.
And a quick throw here that's complete. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 7 catches for him now, and this last one, a first down.
Well, that should be a reminder defensively, and I think it's a reminder to myself because you just can't sell out to stop the run. There's still enough time that this offense can move the football through the air, even on first and second downs, and they obviously picked the right spot to throw the ball there.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down.
Second and a couple.
At the 46-yard line.
One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39.
59 yards rushing for him now as he's run it 11 times.
Well, it is our business to analyze what we saw out there, and on that play, I saw a defense staying in base, not taking a chance, not blitzing in a situation where they absolutely need the football back. That's either a case of overthinking it or not thinking it through.
If you do blitz, do you have to be careful about where you're coming from, or are you just coming from all angles?
You have to be careful about where you're coming from, obviously, but at this stage, you have to take a few chances as well.
If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up second down. Now they try the right side here. Just a couple on the ground there. That's going to bring up third and about 6. The completion on first didn't get much, and now the run on second doesn't get a whole lot either.
Well, if you're a good play caller, you've already looked ahead and anticipated this type of situation. Already down in his play sheet, trying to dial up a big third down play.
And he'll just toss it away. So he throws it away, and that brings up 4th down. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's the perfect word for it, precise, because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
Maybe an important fourth quarter miss as this stays a 3-point game.
Yeah, now overtime is very much in the equation here. Just what you mentioned, a 3-point game. They get a drive, put it through the posts. We could have some free football, couldn't we?
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 42. They'll start this drive out on the ground.
He'll work his way up the middle for a gain of about 4, second down. Now, during that run, an injury here We got one of those big blockers in some discomfort. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. Ball spotted at the 45. Here's a 2nd down and 6.
Back to throw. Pressure comes, and down he goes. They'll wind up losing a full 9 yards here on the sack. Now it's 3rd down.
Tell you what, he did not have much time there to scan the field before he was ducking and covering.
Did it appear to you, as it did to me, that the defensive front won their play really quickly? Meaning the guys in front of them had almost no chance to block him. They were on him in a hurry.
And he'll hit the deck, but he did not get there.
Decent gain on the scramble at 6, but now it's 4th.
So they bring out their punter as he's on for the 5th time here today. Fielded just inside the 20. They call that a punt of 38 yards officially.
Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive.
A little less than 4 minutes remaining, and the margin for error is small with this slim lead. Operate within your 4-minute offense here, Charles?
Definitely. Remember, the 4-minute offense doesn't always correspond to what's up on the clock. What they need to do is play a little bit of keep away right now. Run the clock down. Make sure their opponent doesn't get the ball back. Their dream scenario, get enough first downs and make them eat up their timeouts so the game ends when you're kneeling down with the football.
The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down. Here we go, 3rd and 1. Gut check time on both sides. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up 4th. That close on 3rd down, I think everybody probably expecting a run. Instead, they go to the air on 3rd and short yardage.
I realize this is a passing league, and they're liable to throw the ball on any down and distance. But that short, I do question the call. Run the football and pick it up.
It'll be 37 yards there on the punt. The situation for them offensively as follows. Down by a field goal, 2:11 to go. They've won 3 in a row, but they've got work to do if they want to get a 4th in a row as they come up on 1st down. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And he's got his man on the out route. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds.
They come up now on 2nd and 2.
One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. 3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th. So it's our visitors with a football as we get you reset. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive.
A quick throw there is incomplete.
That's certainly not the worst thing. It stops the clock and lets your offense catch its breath and lets us exhale a little bit. Now I expect them to call a couple plays in the huddle, so they're ready if a tackle happens inbounds.
He's got room at the 30.
And he'll be taken down at the 26.
What a time to come up with a play like that. They're now in field goal range, but the opportunity is also there to try and win the game outright.
Plenty of time. All 3 timeouts still remain. Here's 1st and 10 now. And he's able to motor his way down to the 16-yard line.
And now all of a sudden the shoe's kind of on the other foot. Maybe you pull the reins back here a bit?
Yeah, a little bit, because you got to make sure that you don't score too quickly.
They'll look to throw.
Limited time left on the clock after that incompletion, so I think both sides are going to savor every second to prepare before the next snap. Because once the ball's in motion, it may be a nonstop push to finish this drive off. Everyone better be on the same page right now, because I think they're going to try and get several plays off in quick succession if they can.
And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down.
Back to throw. flush to his right. He takes it across for the touchdown, and they've taken the lead late in the final minute of the fourth.
Wow. Wow.
Charles, what a big drive late in the fourth quarter to take this lead.
And normally you're really excited if your offense has the ball late in the game. But I think this crew is really excited to have their defense go back out there because they haven't surrendered a point in the fourth quarter yet. They've helped make this comeback possible with their defensive play. Now they get a chance to finish this game off.
Point after, right down the middle. And that will make this a 4-point game. So that drive in total 8 plays. And was polished off by the touchdown run from the 16-yard line. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
And a decent return out to the 27-yard line.
So now the story changes. Trailing by 4, 35 seconds to go. And they're in danger of a third straight loss as they come up on 1st and 10. Wide open receiver complete. He takes it across for the touchdown, and they've taken the lead late in the final minute of the fourth.
Wow. Wow.
What an outstanding drive right there to take the lead. And also, Charles, didn't leave their opposition with a whole lot of time on the clock.
Yeah, I like the way that you're viewing this because they did a tremendous job to put themselves in a position to win, but they can't celebrate just yet. They've got to clamp down on any big plays and force them to use up those timeouts without making any headway.
Now an important extra point here to stretch this lead to a field goal. He's got it, and this is indeed up to a 3-point lead. Well, the offense wasn't out there for a long time, but they were out there for a good time. One play, and they're able to hit pay dirt. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's. Oh, and that's going to sabotage their comeback plans. It is intercepted.
And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. And so much for the game-winning 2-minute drive. I think that interception return there pretty much seals the deal.
And one thing to keep in mind, in this situation with the score that close, defense isn't backing off and just giving you easy throws. They're playing aggressively as well, and they end up picking that one off and sealing the deal for themselves.
A try here for the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick six. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Now here's Johnson.
And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They might be thinking this is close to a lost cause here. Got to play it out. What do they need to do?
Well, they have a thought process in mind already, but they can't get ahead of themselves. They know that they need to score quickly.
Yep, 2-score game.
Onside kick and get the ball back and then score again, but they can't worry about the last 2 points. The only thing that matters is scoring quickly, then they'll take it from there.
Throwing left side, it's complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down.
Well, this was a fun one today if you like points. A lot of them went on the board. Both offenses were clicking. Charles, these defenses, meanwhile, have a little something to clean up before their next contest.
Yeah, neither end zone had a stop sign in it, did they? I mean, for both sides, visit it, and with frequency. Not fun to be a defensive player, but on the offensive side of the ball, those guys had a blast. One team came away with a victory, even better for them.
So for the home team here, it's a rare victory for them as they get that record back to 3-7. And they'll get to stay home again next week. Meanwhile, for our